Hello, welcome to Uncut, this ninth episode, a weekly show about CI/CD and Semaphore. In this episode, we are going to talk about Slack notifications. Okay, give me just a second to check messages. Okay. Okay, so the notifications are something that we are going to talk about today. I'm going to share my screen. Okay, I have set up an workspace for the episode of Uncut, where we are going to stream our messages. And I already have like an organization that we can use for this purposes. It's some organization that I made previously, named Fluffy for some reason. And let's create a new project and try to set up Slack notifications. Okay, so the first step is to create a project. Let's call it Slack 3. Repository. So I'm going to create an empty repository. As always, create a README file. Add it. Okay, let's call it initial commit. Okay, and I need a new repository on GitHub. Let's create that. So it's like 3 create. Okay, good. Let's jump into our organization here. Okay, so next step, install CLI, connect this organization, and create a project. Good. Okay, let me silence notifications. Good. Okay, so we have a new pipeline started. So the first thing that we are going to do is to just create a notification, set up a notifications for Slack that will let us know once this pipeline is finished. Okay, and while this is running, we can jump into that and see how that can be done. So yeah, if you go into the documentation and just search for Slack, you will get to this page where you will see an example how you can set up notifications through the SEM CLI. And that's what we are going to do. Hi Volmir, nice to see you. So yeah, SEM get notifications is how we can list our notifications. I was experimenting with something, so I already have one notification created here. And let's create a new one. So as you're already used to, so new resources are created with SEM create and then notification. And also there is this shortcut. You can just say notif. Create notification, then we need to specify the name. And let's say this could be Uncut 9. Let's just call it Uncut 9. And there are two flags that we must pass in order to create a notification. The first one is the name of a project, although it's projects, because you will see that one Slack notification rule can be tied to multiple projects. So in our case, we are going to say Slack 3 project. And yeah, if you try to create that, you will see that we are missing this Slack endpoint, and we need to specify that. So let's say Slack endpoint, and then we need to grab an incoming hook from Slack from Slack. And you will see that essentially you need pretty much only one incoming hook, because that incoming hook has kind of access only to write to Slack, so it has access to all the channels, including if you want to push something to you as a DM. Okay, so let's grab that Slack endpoint. So you need to go to administration, manage apps. I think these custom integrations and then incoming webhooks, and then you need to configure a new webhook. And here you will see that now we need to specify a channel to which we want to stream our messages. Let's say we want to create. Okay, we cannot create a new channel from here. Okay, let's just take channel and add this incoming webhook. And only thing you need to do is to grab this URL and pass it here. Okay, so Slack notification is created. So sam get notifs. Okay, it's here. Before diving into it and seeing how is it specified, let's check if it works. So what can I do? I can maybe just amend this and say testing Slack, and then push this. So here's our first pipeline that actually passed. Okay, testing Slack is starting. So what we are expecting is to get a notification in our general channel once this pipeline is finished. As always, if you have any questions about the current topic or anything else, feel free to leave your comments or ask questions in chat box. So for future examples, I'm going to make this pipeline simpler, so we don't have to wait this much to test our notifications. Okay, and yes, here it is. So there is the name of the project. This is the name of the pipeline, which is not very descriptive, and then the commit. So maybe we can make some adjustments now to our pipeline. So let's say that this is going to be our build and test pipeline. So it's more descriptive. We are going to leave this block here, and let's say it will be build, and this could be test, and we are going to delete rest of the blocks. Okay, let's just push that simpler pipeline. Okay, can close these. So our pipeline is just starting, and we will see a notification here. Okay, so the next step. So let's see what we have created. Samget notifications, and it's Uncut 9. So samget notification Uncut 9. Okay, this header is something that that is very standard for all other resources that we have, secrets, and so on. And here is what our CLI created for us when we called it with those parameters. So it says project Slack tree. so it's listening on all the events that are happening on this project, and it's notifying Slack on this endpoint, and it's sending messages to the channel that we have specified, and in our case that's a general channel. Okay, so let's explore that. So we can edit this notification, and let's say that we want to send messages to multiple channels, and here we can specify them. Okay, let's consult the documentation and see how that can be specified. Yes, it's an array where you can specify a list of channels, and let's do that. So let's say that we want to send to general, maybe not to general. That's a default configuration we are already sending there. But let's say that we want to create a new channel, and it will be Slack 3 as the name of our project. Okay, so let's send to Slack 3. And let's say that you want also to send these messages maybe to you as a DM. So you can specify them by saying add, and what's my let's see how this edit profile. So there is no display name. So let's try it like this. That should work. I'm not sure if adding full name will also work, but probably. Okay, and let's see if this is working. Okay, we need a new build to pass to see if it's going to work. Okay, while it's building, let's just check what we have done. So we specified alternative channels for this hook. So we are no longer expecting hooks in notifications in our general channel, but in Slack and as a DM. Okay, and let's see. Okay, it's running here. It's green, and yes, you can see that we got notification in our Slack 3 channel. But also, so these like kind of DMs that you're specifying will always arrive in this Slackbot channel, and you can see they are here. Okay, so that's the configuration that is available right now in terms of like configuring Slack and where those messages will appear. And there are a couple of more filters that we can set up here. So we are going to explore that. And for that, we are going to jump into our documentation just to be sure about how things are working. And the first one, yeah, maybe we can expand just what we have right now. So projects, we can specify multiple projects. So if you have a number of related projects and you want to stream all of those messages to one channel, so maybe you have maybe an API and some UI which is connecting to that, and you want that in the same channel which is connected to that project, you can specify multiple channels here, multiple projects here, or you can grab them by regular expression. So each line can be a regular expression. So in our case, it would be, we would have to create another project to simulate that. Let's see if we want to. Why not? Let's do that. Let's create another project so it can be Slack 4. Slack 4. And we can copy everything from this Slack. So from Slack 3, what do we need? We need a README file. We are going to copy it into Slack 4. We also need Semaphore directory. Or we don't. We don't actually. Let's just jump into Slack 4, initialize that project. Okay, init, done. We cannot push. We need another repository for this. Like 4. Okay. So some init here, and we should have another project set up. Okay. So while this is building, we can edit our notification settings and include that project also. I'll just edit notifications, and the name is Slack 3, I think. And get it's Uncut 9. That's even better name, because we are actually going to connect. So notifications are on organization level. They are not tied directly to the project. So this is actually good that we named it differently from the project. Okay, so far we have been listening on events only for one project. So let's extend it. Okay, now let's see if it's working. It's updated, and our previous pipeline, let's see what's the state. Maybe it's still running. Yes, and it is. Great. So perfect timing. So we have Slack 4 project, which is streaming messages, sending messages to my as a DM, and it's also sending messages here. So this is like our first project, our second project, and both projects are sending messages to this channel. Let's edit our notifications to show you something. So what's possible here is to pretty much map many to many. So you can map many projects to many channels. Yes, so we extended this. Yeah, just to demonstrate how regular expressions could work here. So we can replace this with, even with just star should work, but let's make it like this. Okay, so everything should still work. Okay. Cut 9. Yes, you can see it's a regular expression now, and we can trigger another build. This project, but also on our Slack 3 project. Good. Okay, let's wait for so we can see at least one notification. Slack 3 should be faster because the pipeline is much simpler. Let's follow it here. Okay, so this Slack 3 project, yes, and it's faster. Notification is here, and shortly Slack 4 project should also finish. Maybe we can just break this one to see that we also can have red messages here. Okay, let's break project 4 and then continue Slack 4. Let's call it a red build. Okay. So that's it regarding projects and how you can specify multiple projects here, or you can use regular expressions. The next thing is our branches, and the same applies here. So branches are holding a list. It's an array of branches. Those can be just strings, so it will perform a full match. And let's start with that as first example. And after that, we can also use a regular expression here. Okay, so we have a red build here. Okay, so what do we want to do? Let's say that we only want to receive notifications from master branch. So first we are going to create a new branch. So let's call it test branch. Push this branch. So first we should receive notification from test branch, and once we edit our notification configuration, we should not anymore. So it's edit notification Uncut 9. Here we say branches and only master branch. Okay, so it should be a red. Yes, and it is. Yes, this is our red build from our test branch. Okay, so we are now only concerned about master branch. Change that, make another commit on our test branch. Okay, so once this build is finished, on test branch we should not receive notification. Okay, and we did not. Let's jump to master branch. And then we should receive a notification. And we did. Okay, let's scroll to our documentation and see what else is useful and we can demo. Yeah, I said that both project names and branches can be regular expressions. So one thing that you could do here is maybe if you want to maybe stream to your Slack everything which is concerned to maybe production or release. So if you are using that pattern, what you can do is just say here, so I want maybe release dash, and then everything that this regular expression would match could go to your project channel. Okay, maybe we can. I'm not going to demo it, but you get the idea what will happen. Okay, good. So let's see what's the next thing that I can show you. So that we can filter on projects, yes, and on branches, and we can send to multiple channels also, which is this example here. So let me show you one other thing that you could do. So in these rules, you can duplicate this, and one notification as a resource could hold multiple rules. let's say that we want to split our projects for some reason, but then we don't want to create like two notification resources that will hold them, but maybe they are group together for some reason, because they are potentially related services. And then we want this like 3 rule, and we can have this like 4 rule. Here we could say let's just like 3. Here we can say just like 4 project. Okay, and yeah, let's say that we are doing this so we can stream this to Slack 3 channel. I'm going to remove it because it's a bit noisy now. And we want to stream this to Slack 4 channel. Slack 4 project, Slack 4 channel, same branch rules, and this is 3.3. Okay, and let me create that Slack 4 channel. Okay, yeah, I need to push here so we can get notification to Slack 4 channel from Slack 4 project, and then let's do the same for Slack 3 project. Okay, so we are waiting for notifications here. In the meantime, hi Alexis. We have a question here. So it says, Semaphore was has an option to notify only will the build status change. It's something to be replicated on Semaphore too. Yes, that's something that's currently not available, but we are planning to introduce it. It's on our short roadmap in terms of notifications. Okay, let's see what's happening here. Okay, so we got a notification in Slack 4. And in Slack 3 channel from those 2 different projects. Okay, let's take a peek once more how that's looking here. So we have these 2 rules here. You already probably have a sense that this is pretty powerful in terms of how you can manage your notifications and mold them to your very specific workflows, how you want to notify people depending on the nature of your project. Okay, and there is, I think, one last thing here which is actually very, very important, and it's filtering on pipelines. So I'm going to show you an example of how that would work. Unfortunately, we managed to break promotions, very shortly before this episode of Uncut, and that's one of the great things about doing live demos. There is, I cannot really get away with that right now, but I can maybe give it a go and see what happens, but it's likely going to be broken. So what's possible? You can filter notifications or filter events, propagate them based on the name of your pipeline. So let's say that we want in this Slack 3 project to only send notifications to our Slack channel once we deploy something, and that deployment process is modeled in this staging YAML file, and then we can receive only notifications for deployments. Okay, it's unfortunately it's likely that it's still broken. We just haven't managed to fix or roll that back in a short period of time. But yeah, there is a chance that it will work. Okay, let's try to simulate that. So we are going to jump into our Semaphore folder and just copy this entry point pipeline into staging.yaml pipeline. Okay, so we will name this one deploy to staging. Let's say that we only need one block here. Yeah, so as I said, unfortunately it's in the fingers crossed area if promotion will work. Let's write it here. So promotions deploy to staging, and pipeline file is staging.yaml. Okay, let's push this and hope for the best. Okay, so now we should not receive notifications in our Slack because we are only listening on that pipeline which is implemented in staging.yaml file, and this one is implemented in .semaphore in semaphore.yaml file. Okay, so no notification here. That is as planned. And now is the time to test this out. Okay, and it seems to be running. Okay, maybe maybe we did some fixes in the meantime. Good. And as you can see here, so we have this build deployed to staging YAML file which passed, and this is a commit message, and that's the way that you can only filter, let's say, your deployments and stream your deployments into your Slack channels. And you can specify multiple, as with everything else. You can specify multiple pipelines that you want to stream. So we could say, production YAML. So let's stream all deployments to production and staging to, let's say, this Slack 3, or maybe you want to have Slack 3 deployments channel. Or let's say that we want to stream on both in the same channel. You can specify them in that case like this. Okay, so in this case we should also receive for the first build and test pipeline notification here. Yeah, we are now also receiving for our entry point pipeline notifications here. Okay, so I think that's all that's available right now in terms of Slack notifications. That I haven't missed anything. Yeah, please try it out. Let us know if there is anything that you are missing. Alex has already asked. So what is not available right now is the option to filter if you want only to which let's say statuses you want to receive notifications. So in filters you cannot specify currently result, which could be passed or failed. So right now you will receive notifications for both passed and failed pipelines. Also, what Alexis asked about status change. So that means if you are, green, so everything is green, you are not receiving any notifications. That's useful for situations where you are following your build and test pipeline. So while it's green, you are not receiving notifications, but then if something fails, maybe on your master branch, you want that to be really noisy, and then you want to stream that. So that filter on result or on passed failed is, result, which can be passed, failed, or on change, which is a change of status that I explained right now. And then you want to receive that notifications once you move from red to green. So that would make your notifications like channels much less noisy. Okay. As I said, please give it a go. Let us know if there are any major things that you are missing, or just your feedback, how you like it. Okay, thanks for sharing. You're welcome, Valmir. So that's it for this episode. Thanks for your time. Let us know what's the next thing that you might want to hear about, or I can expand further in next episode. And see you next week. Thanks. Bye.